everyone, welcome back to Teacup Tarot. My name is Reya, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at messages from your future self, guiding you into things that are going to be happening in the future, God willing, and also about the mistakes that you can avoid on the path. There is a lot happening and a lot of layers to this reading, okay? So just stay with me. Of course, when it comes to you guys, for your selection, you have feathers, the images, or one of these cute little elements. So for pile 1, if that is for you, you have the butterfly. For pile 2, you have the donut, if you have a sweet tooth especially. And for pile 3, you have this cute bow. And for pile 4, you have the strawberry. Take your time, and once you are done with your selection, we start with pile 1. Hello, and if you selected pile 1, then let's take a look at messages from your future self. Now basically, your future self is here to tell you that you, my dear, are in for a huge journey. Your life is meant to change in many ways than not in the future. So just enjoy the ride. Your future self is also here to tell you, don't plan too much. Okay? Every moment as it comes, experience it to the fullest and step into the next moment. Okay, so live fully is the message for you. When it comes to you guys, your future self is like you're starting on a new path in the upcoming time, and just follow that path with faith, because it's your faith that will take you very far when it comes to your life. In a way, your future self is like, we are gonna be okay. Yeah, it's a very assuring kind of a message, and I feel like when it comes to your future, you're very happy. You're very happy with the choices, you're very happy with the decisions, and you're happy with where you are. Okay? So don't so much worry, pile 1. I feel like you guys are gonna be okay. However, your future self is also telling you, don't be so hard on yourself. Okay? Because you yourself are like the biggest enemy of sorts. So remember, wherever you are in your journey, your future self tells you, accept it. Okay, be compassionate towards yourself, and remember, if you are unable to show compassion to somebody else in your life, it's because you are not compassionate with yourself. Forgive, forget, be easy when it comes to your life. I also feel like your future self is telling you, don't carry so many burdens on you. You don't have to. You can choose a simple life, you can choose a simple path. Make that choice wherever you are right now. Your future self is also here to tell you, you will always have a sense of calling. Like you were meant to do something different. You were meant to do something big. And at every given point, should you hear that call, answer. Yeah, because you're definitely going to be driven in that direction. So what is your soul asking you to do? You've got to pay attention, because wherever your future self is, they are there because you've heard the call of yourself, your inner self, that inner voice that is always guiding you. Your future self is also here to tell you, don't worry about money so much, and don't have that consciousness that you're going to be running out of things, like money is going to step out of your life. That's not the case. Every wish that you have in your heart, it's going to be fulfilled. Yeah, especially materially, on the sense of having security in terms of having wealth. God has been kind, and like your wishes by his will are fulfilled. Now, your future self is here to tell you that, look, I am happy where I am, and wherever you are, I want you to take time to be happy, to appreciate the blessings that life has bestowed on you, and to make the most of situation. Yeah, go out, have fun, explore the world, because life is just grand. Enjoy it. Okay, enjoy you. That is what your future self is here to tell you, because they are clearly happy, and they also see the amount of burden you take up, and they here to tell you, don't. That's not necessary. Do the best that you can in your circumstances. Now, your future self is also here to tell you, look, we get what we deserve. Okay, we get what we deserve, and remember this wherever you are, whatever time you have with yourself, just make sure to enjoy it in a slow pace. Enjoy the slow pace of your life, because in the future you're going to be very, very busy. You're going to be having to take care of multiple things simultaneously. So enjoy that silence whenever you have it. Your future self is also here to tell you, don't force yourself to make decisions that you don't want to. If you want to say no to a couple of things, it's absolutely okay to say no to them, because remember, it's your decision. Whatever you decide, it's working out in your favor. So don't ever, second guess yourself, is what your future self is here to tell you. Your future self is also here to tell you, look, you're moving out of ancestral patterns. Like the life that your ancestors lived, the choices that they made, they're not going to be binding on you. The patterns of relating, the patterns of being, they are being released with you. And not only you, it's like your ancestors are proud of you as well. I feel like you learn in the future a lot more about it. Now, your future self is also here to tell you, look, we are moving. We are very, very far away from the individual that we were, and also the kind of life that you are living right now. It's like you're way ahead of it. Sometimes I also feel like your future self is living in an entirely different place, living an entirely different life. And when you get there, the place where your future self is, you're going to marvel. That's the message for you. Also, your future self is here to tell you, don't look back. That's not your job. Don't look back. Keep looking forward when it comes to your life. And your future self is like, all the dreams that you have for yourself, you're hitting the mark. God has been kind. Yeah. Just make sure that you have intention set. Make sure you keep having a vision board. Make sure you keep looking at that vision board all the time. And then your dreams, detach with it. Don't be, very, very attached to your dreams, because it is your over attachment that creates problems. You're going to end up where you're supposed to. That's a message for you. Yeah. Now, your future self is also here to tell you, when it comes to your life, embrace your emotions. Don't so much hide your emotions, or don't run away from them. Embrace your emotions, because it is absolutely okay for you to feel whatever you feel about any given circumstances. Your future self is also here to tell you, at any given point, should you need help, ask for it. Because your future self is like, look, I know you because I was you and I did not ask for help, and I wish I did. So at any given point, when it comes to your personal life, your professional life, anything, ask for help, because maybe your asking will make things easy for you. Now, your future self is here to give you a reminder, like, listen, like attracts like. So all the friends that you have in your life, they're always going to be people who match your vibe. And anytime you feel like, a certain person doesn't belong to you, or they do not match your vibe, you get those intuition is what your future self is telling you. Stay away from them, because they are not meant to be a part of your story. So just remember, whatever speaks to you on a natural level, stay with them, because they are definitely your people. Now, your future self, I also wanted to make sure that you have like an idea of the chakras that are receiving an upgrade, because what happens, sometimes the upgrades that we receive in the future, we struggle with in the present moment. Okay, so let's look into that. Throat chakra. So basically in the present moment, your future self is like, maybe you struggle with the throat chakra a little bit. Maybe you struggle with communication a little bit, like how to communicate, the way to communicate. Okay, that may be a challenge for you in the present moment, but those issues are getting better in the future. I'm going to read this out to you. I communicate with others in a healthy and meaningful way. My communications are constructive, honest, and purposeful. I communicate with respect, positive regard, and an intention of growth for all. So I feel like what is happening for you currently, you want to communicate, but that communication is not possible as well as you like it. Maybe you say something, the others understand something. So there's a little bit of problem for you. Yeah. and that sort of results in sort of a discord is what I'm getting here. So remember, in the future you're going to be receiving an upgrade, and whatever you communicate, it's going to be with honesty, purposefulness, and it's going to be very, very positive. Yeah, but your throat chakra is receiving an upgrade, and it is definitely receiving a major upgrade, because I see that challenge for you for it right now. Transmutation. So once again, you mean to say certain things, but they come out in some ways, so that's definitely an issue for you. But remember, that is changing. Why do you struggle with that right now? So this is the answer. I release the negative thoughts and expectation of myself, others, and the world. So there is a possibility in the present moment, the thoughts that you have, the emotions that you hold, they may be slightly negative about yourself and others. And in the future, it's going to be easy for you to transform those negative beliefs and expectations, and instead turn them into positive and supporting ones. Okay, so I feel like it's got to do a bit with your thoughts, your emotions. They may be negative right now, so you've got to know that you have the power. You have the power of your thoughts, the words, as they vibrate through the universe. You need to remember that everything you say has an energy to it, but it's changing. Yeah, it is changing your future reality. So please be careful about the things you say. So whenever you say something, say things that are exceptionally positive, because as you get into that practice, it'll change in the future. But that upgrade is definitely coming, and I feel like you're working through these issues right now. But overall, this is what I have for you, pile 1. And as I wrap this up, I'm going to leave you with my best wishes. I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pal. Take a look at messages from your future self. Okay, your future self is here to tell you, look, enjoy the journey, because life is going to be pouring its blessings on you, and you are meant to be very, very happy. And you know why your future self is telling you the blessings are pouring in your life? Because you're kind, you're compassionate, you do good into the world, and you try your best. Yeah, but you're surrounded by joy and blessings and happiness of all kinds. Your future self is also here to tell you, however, your life is very simple. Okay, we're almost living with things that only spark joy, and the rest we let go. So I feel like if you are some kind of a hoarder right now, that situation is going to be changing for you in the future. Your future self is also here to tell you, if you're facing certain difficulties right now, you've got to be your best friend and get out of that difficulty. Don't wait for a knight in the shining armor to rescue you. You be the knight in the shining armor. Because it is because you chose to be brave that your future self is enjoying. Yeah, so wherever you are releasing difficulty, but it's because you are the one who stands up. Yeah, you never give up, and that is why you are coming out of difficulties. Your future self is here to tell you, you trusted the path. Even though sometimes you did not have the answers, you did not give up. And because you sort of trusted it, you trusted your intuition, and you were supported in the presence, we are very happy. So it's like, even though you feel like you are on your own, you're not. You have a lot of help in your life, and your intuition is the biggest help. However, your future self is here to tell you, you have a lot of fears. Okay, you struggle with fears. You have a lot of desires, but those desires are sort of cumbered under your fear. So there's no need for you to fear. You've got to hunt it, and you've got to destroy it. Hunt, destroy, hunt, destroy. That is supposed to be your strategy, so that in the future things get easier. Now, you are a healer. Okay, I feel like this is going to be a profession for you. So this may be that you are involved in healing professions in some capacity or other, but you are a channel, and you cannot deny that. Yeah, because that is written in your story by the divine. Once again, Archangel Raphael may be an archangel you're very, very close to. Now, your future self is like, look, I see that certain problems are in your life, but they are going to be taken care of. All you need to do is you've got to show up every single day and do your best. And then support is going to be showing up into your life from the other realm. So whatever obstacles are in your path, they are going to be clear. Now, your future self is also here to tell you, please make sure you take that hobby seriously. The hobby that you take up, you give up, you take up, you give up. Please take that hobby seriously, because that hobby is going to be with you throughout. And your future self is almost like, look, if you did not give that up multiple times, I would have been an expert at it by now. So please, you've got to work at it. And your future self is also like, don't try to do things on your own. Now, there are two things that are coming up. When it comes to rising from your difficulties and challenges, you've got to take the first step. But when it comes to your work, when it comes to getting help, that needs support. And the support is available to you should you reach out. So your future self is like, look, we have support, you don't take it. That's on you. Yeah, so look for the people who are showing up. Maybe you don't see it, is the message for you. Your future self is like, look, we are almost living the life of a nomad. And I'm specifically getting a nomad here because maybe you're changing your location several times, or you're changing your way of life several times. Like, it's like one day one thing speaks to you, the second day something else speaks to you, and you just follow your intuition. So that is the life that you're going to be having in the upcoming time as well. Your future self is like, we are happy, we are thriving, and we are materially fulfilled. And it's like we have more. We have more and we are being blessed. Okay? It's almost like, you have money, you have the house that you wanted, you have the car that you wanted, you have everything you need. So give yourself a pat on the back, because whatever decisions you're making right now, they seem to be working. However, your future self is giving you a warning that please don't overdo certain things, because maybe there is a possibility wherever you are, you're doing a little bit too much. Like, you can rest. Okay, you can afford that rest, is what your future self is here to tell you. So take it easy in some areas. Don't make one thing a priority and one thing a priority only. Your future self is like, look, appreciate every moment of your life. Okay, and live every moment fully. Don't so much live in the future, because you have a tendency to do that. Because your future self is like, look, I'm doing a good job of living here. So why don't you live in the present moment wherever you are? Of course, make your plans, make your goals, work on it, but appreciate every moment. Yeah, because every moment is giving you the opportunity to find love and to grow. Your future self is like, look, please express your love through gifts, because maybe the people in our life like it when you give them gifts, but maybe you don't do that enough. So please make sure you do that. Even that little token of love and appreciation goes a long way for them. And it doesn't always have to be via money. It can be you making them a cup of coffee, just spending time with them, making them a handmade card, whatever it is. But just express your love. That expression is important through gifts. Demonstrate. See, the thing with you is, your future self is like, look, I understand you feel love, but you don't express it. And if you don't express your love, people don't understand whether you love them or not. So you've got to be more demonstrative of your love, is what your future self is here to tell you. Now, this is a message I wanted to include about which chakra is sort of getting an upgrade. And in your case, it is the heart chakra, the chakra of compassion. So in the present moment, it's like your future self telling you, you've got to see all things through the eyes of love. Maybe you're thinking a little bit too much. Yeah. So bring more compassion into the situation. Bring more love into the situation. Yeah, and I'm going to read this out to you. I find compassion and understanding for those who are struggling and misaligned with themselves and their higher wisdom and purpose. So there are some people in your life, your future self is telling you, who are not as compassionate as you are. And you've got to be kind. Okay, because not everybody is as advanced as you are. Yeah, because with your kindness, with your appreciation of them the way they are, your own relationships will get a lot more easier. And remember to also be kind to yourself. See, your future self is like, you make mistakes, but you've got to forgive yourself for it because you're trying your best. So don't be extra hard, which is where, I feel like you lack a little bit balance. Yeah. And please don't be judgmental because that may need a little bit of work. And your future self is also here to tell you that the chakra that is receiving an upgrade in the future is a third eye chakra. I'll read that out. So this may be something that you're struggling with. I release the need to control myself, my life, and others around me. Okay, so I feel like what you try to do sometimes, you try to control things too much. So go easy with that a little bit, please. I allow for and embrace purity of mind and vision. I'm honest, clear, and pure in my intentions to serve myself and others to bring about peace in the world. Okay, so when it comes to you, please go easy. And always make sure whether it is through others or to yourself, you maintain some kind of purity and some kind of, honesty, because that is very important. And please make sure you intend to serve others through kindness, because only kindness in your case is enough. But remember, these are the two chakras. If you're struggling with these things, they're getting an upgrade. So it's going to be getting easier for you anyway. Yeah, but overall, these are the messages from your future self. So remember, you're having happiness in your life. So take it easy. And if any obstacles you're facing right now, they are out of your life. I will leave you here. I'll see you next time. Bye. Then let's take a look at what messages you are supposed to be receiving from your future self. First of all, your future self is telling you, look, whatever plans you have, whatever you decide to do, keep it a secret. Because when it comes to you, you've got to keep your guard at all point of time. Because when it comes to you, it's almost like you feel you can trust somebody till the point you cannot. So just be a little bit careful at that. Your future self is also here to tell you that, you people, you're very creative. And the creative ideas that come to you, they are supposed to be taken care of. Like you have to work at something. Yeah, maybe you have a hobby that you want to turn it into a profession, but you don't know how to. Because your future self is like the expression of your soul. Whatever is supposed to be coming up, it's telling you something. So act on it so that it can become something big in the future. But you're getting into something new. That's your future self here to tell you. Your future self is also here to tell you, look, the obstacles that you're dealing with, they are over. Yeah, God has been kind and the life that we have right now is so much better, and it's almost like we are miles ahead of others. We've reached the top and the others are still catching up. That's a message. So whatever difficulties, if any, you're facing in the present moment, they are on their way out. Your future self is also here to tell you that, look, sometimes you keep yourself trapped. And you don't have to be in that trap. You've got to release yourself. Move out. If certain circumstances make you feel like less than ideal, move out, because I have. It's like, your future self is like, look, there are certain people in your life who make you feel really bad. It's okay to let them go. I have. Okay, so I feel like the relationships that you have in your life that are not bringing joy to you, they are no longer a part of your story and you are free. Now, your future self is also here to tell you, when it comes to your life, always make sure to follow your passion. Yeah, because when you follow your passion, that is when you're living your best life. And I feel like in your future self, you have a hobby into a full-time profession. So if you are currently in jobs, your future self is like, I don't think you're staying there for a very long time. Yeah. Also, your future self is here to tell you, look, when it comes to communication, please speak what you have to. Yeah. Speak it with a little bit of kindness, but maintain that strength. Yeah, and you are strong and you can do and be anything you want to be, because I am. Okay, your future self was also like, look, you took certain chances and I'm infinitely grateful that you took a chance, because I am living a life that is grand today. Your future self is also here to tell you, spiritually we are at a different level altogether. And as the path progresses, I constantly got those upgrades. Yeah, I constantly changed as a human being. So don't ever feel like you have to be a certain person. You can change every day. Yeah, because that's our story, is what the future self is here to tell you. Your future self is like, thanks to you, I am fearless. Thanks to you, I am brave. And today I know how to maintain boundaries, and I know how to say no to people who don't speak to me. It's because you, in the present moment, you've made the difference. You are a warrior, and thank you for being the warrior in the situation that you are in. Your future self, however, is telling you that, life always gives you what you project. So please be careful about the things that you project. Okay? Take time to reflect. Don't be impulsive. Those are messages that your future self is bringing to you. And also your future self is here to tell you, look, you don't have to work hard. So hard. You can take it easy. Okay? Because there is no deadline as such when it comes to life. So be comfortable where you are. When you feel like you want to make a difference, make a difference. Otherwise, take it slow. Your future self, however, is here to tell you, sometimes you don't have the clarity. Be clear about your actions. Be clear about your thoughts. In the end, the one thing that you struggle with, your future self is telling you, it's clarity. If you can bring that clarity into every act that you do, you'll be much more better in the future. See, what happens is, your future self is like, I wish I was clear on certain things. It would have made some things easier for me. So if you feel like right now, you're sort of in some kind of a muddled thinking, please address it. Your future self is also here to tell you, once again, have boundaries in place. Yeah, be disciplined. Have your armor up. You need to have some kind of guard up, because I feel like you guys, you let people take advantage of you. You let people take advantage of your goodness, and that won't do. Yeah, say no to the invitations that don't spark joy, because I do that. Yeah, your future self is like, you do a lot from your heart, and the things that you do out of the kindness of your heart, they add up. So don't ever feel like, the things that you do for others out of kindness, you won't get a reward for it. You'll get a reward for it, but they are in the future. Yeah, so don't ever stop doing those acts of kindness. Your future self is like, look, when it comes to love, there is a lesson that you need to master. And the lesson is, love is patient and love is kind. Okay, so ever when it comes to relationship, you feel like, you want to be unkind, try and avoid that. And honestly, I understand it's not easy to be patient and kind, because, it's just not it. We get irritable, we get anxious, but as much as you can, be kind and be patient. Yeah, and remember, everything that you deserve will come to you. Your future self is here to tell you, all the love that you gave away, it made a difference. And you know how it made a difference? Because wherever your future self is, they're surrounded by love. They're surrounded by people who care for them. And it's okay, because, whatever is happening to you in the present moment, you chose to be kind. You chose to show up. You may not see the difference in the immediate circumstances, but that difference is happening in the future. So thank you. Now, I also wanted to take certain messages from your future self about the chakras that are receiving upgrades, and for you it is the third eye chakra. Okay, it's the chakra of intuition. Let's see what it reads. Soar like an eagle to find clarity. Once again, that is what your future self is telling you. Seek clarity. Things are not always as they seem. Yeah, so I feel like right now, wherever you are, you may have certain issues with your third eye chakra, because of which you may be not finding clarity. See the beauty and the gift in everything. Pay attention to the messages that are gifted to you in life and through imagination. Dare to dream and create a vision for your life. So I feel like, somewhere, wherever you are, you're afraid. You're dreaming of a big life, but you're afraid of how it will happen. So there's no need for you to do that. Your future self is like, look, you can go easy. You can breathe, but don't stop dreaming. And don't so much worry about how those dreams are going to be coming true. You just dream. That is your responsibility. And else, life will take care. All you need to do is, when it comes to your dreams, you need to have clarity. What do you want? Keep it that simple. At every given moment, ask yourself that question. What do I want? And the universe will answer. And the second chakra that will receive an upgrade in the future is the sacral chakra. And once again, it's the chakra of potential. So it's like you have a lot of potential, okay? I am alive with potential and fertile with possibility. I allow my dreams and desires to gestate and birth. I am an expression of the infinite potential of the universe. I nurture my potential and possibility. So when it comes to, somewhere what is happening is you have potential, but you don't act on it. Okay, so I feel like that may be an issue for you. If you just take care of it, it will get better in the future. But anyway, as you work into it, the universe will send you help. Yeah, but please dream. That is your future self telling you. Dream, and don't share your dreams with the world. Keep it to yourself. Yeah, in the end, you rise at the top and you leave everybody else behind. Yeah, just make sure that you have a hobby to work on, because in the end, that hobby becomes a full-time job for you. But overall, this is what I have, and as I wrap this up, I'll leave you with my best wishes. I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, and if you selected pile 4, welcome, and I'm absolutely happy that so many of you responded positively to my asking if you wanted a pile 4, so welcome once again. Your future self is here to tell you, look, you've got to make healthy choices for yourself. And this is especially a message when it comes to your diet. So if you guys are into food that are processed or you don't eat healthy, then remember, for every unhealthy choice you make, there are consequences. So please make sure to eat healthy as much as you can. And your future self is also here to tell you, you are going to be changing your location multiple times in the future. So I feel like, some days you want to stay here, you're going to be staying there. Then you feel like, okay, now this place is calling to me. Then you're going to be traveling there. So in your future self is like we're traveling. We're changing our locations and we are supremely happy with it. Now I'm also getting this sense that your future self is telling you, we're also picking up a lot of languages. Yeah, languages that speak to our soul is once again the message for you. So almost like, your future self is like, look, at the corner of our room, we keep our bags ready. Because when we feel like we want to move, we absolutely do that. Now, your future self is also here to tell you, our intuition is our guide. Okay, so please, if you can work on it a little bit, that will be great. So as much as you can, meditate, contemplate, and just get into that zen-like mode. Okay, and also it's like, your future self is here to tell you, look, be receptive. Be receptive to learn from the world. Be receptive to learn from people who come into your experience every day, because every human being has something to teach. That is how we are enriched in our life. Okay, and I'm really getting this. Okay, the message that is coming through for you from your future self is from a sort of an old age. Okay, and it's like 80s, 90s, almost that age group is what is coming through. Your future self is also here to tell you, look, we are divinely guided. Whatever we choose for our life, they are not so much from ourselves, but from the heavenly kingdom. And our job is just to follow that guidance. That's the message for you. Yeah, you also have a special connection with angels is the message, and look at that. Yeah, you are at no point of time alone. There is always a guardian angel with you. So wherever you are in the current moment, I feel like you need to work with your connection or angels and just trust the process of your life, because in the end your life will take you exactly where you're supposed to be. However, your future self is also here to tell you that when it comes to your material world, you've got to decide what you want to do. Because you are, in a way, when it comes to the material world, the architect of your destiny. So please make sure to make plans and implement them. Because sometimes what happens with you, pile 4, you have plans, but you don't execute them. So don't do that. Execute. Anytime an idea comes to you, work on it. That's the message that you need to know from your future self. Now, your future self is also here to tell you, our job is to be kind. So wherever you are, even though you may find situations in which people are not kind to you, you choose to be kind because that is us. Okay? So don't ever make somebody else's, harsh words or judgment make you feel like you cannot be sensitive anymore. That's not you. That's not supposed to be you. Your future self is also here to tell you, look, I understand sometimes you want to give up. And look, we were you, so we understand that. But we are glad we did not give up. And because we did not give up when we were you, we have this grand destiny. We have the happiness that we seeked. We have people in our life who care for us. And we find our happily ever after. Okay? That's a strong message for you from your future self. Now, your future self is also here to tell you, your life is going to be something entirely different. And in the end, the place that you end up in, it's going to be something that you cannot even plan for because it's like it's not in your hands. It's because, you'll constantly move. So wherever we are right now, we are in the process of change as well. So we cannot tell you because we are moving. Tomorrow, we are heading on a grand trip. That's a message for you. However, your future self is also here to tell you there are some things from your childhood that you need to confront. Some inner child issues have not healed yet. And it's better you sort of talk it out to somebody. So I feel like your future self is suggesting therapy of some sorts. Okay, the need to sort of see a friend or a therapist to sort of sort out your issues so that you can be free in the other side. Now, your future self is like, look, continue practicing compassion. Yeah, but please know that when it comes to your life, there are two perspectives. One is a perspective that you have, and the second is the perspective that the other person has. And both are right. There's no right or wrong here. Because two people are different. Two people are different souls. They're different entities. So absolutely, their visions are going to be different. So don't try to force anybody else's vision on your life. And you don't try to live by them. Because it's like two different worlds who will not meet. Now, your future self is here to tell you that physical touch is very important. So when you communicate love to another person, please make sure to either hold their hand or whichever way physical touch works for you. But that tender touch means more than 100 words that you will ever speak. So please keep working on it is a message for you. Your future self is also here to tell you, look, we see that you're in a hurry for some things. But can you please slow down? Because there's no need for you to hurry. Everything will happen the way it is supposed to, the way it is meant to, and nothing that is written in your destiny will be taken away. So it's okay for you to pause sometimes, rest, and then when you're well rested, take the next steps. Now, I also wanted to give you certain upgrades about the chakras that will be receiving in the future. So one major chakra that is going to be receiving an upgrade is your third eye chakra. And I'll read this out, a message for you. See, and it's so interesting that you have the goddess of dreams card and the third eye chakra. Once again, intuition comes through very, very strongly. I'll read this out. I release the need for armor and protection as I recognize that I am always guided and safe. So once again, the message that your future self came up with, we are guided by the divine. Yeah. And remember, the more I let go of fear and mistrust, the more protected I feel. It is safe for me to choose love and possibility over fear and hopelessness. So wherever you are in your life, if sometimes you feel afraid, or if you feel like you cannot trust the situations around you, you've got to let that go. Yeah. And you've got to know that choose possibility. You've got to choose love over fear and hopelessness. And trust in the light, the divine light, and the wisdom that ensures from the alchemy of spirit and matter. All is perfect just as it is. So remember, once again, your future self is like, everything is perfect just the way it is. You don't have to hurry. You can slow down sometimes and know that whatever is written for you will find you. And another chakra that will receive an upgrade in the future is the solar plexus chakra. You are free to be yourself, so you don't have to be anybody else, is what your future self is telling you. Your powers is yours to keep. No excuses, no apologies. Banish fear and shine your light. You always have, you always will be. You are, you belong. So don't ever feel like you've got to be a different person to fit in. You can be yourself, you can show up as yourself, you can work on yourself as you grow. And just remember one thing, you belong in the grander scheme of things. And if the dots don't connect where you are right now, remember, dots only connect as you look back. See, there are so many times in our life, that things don't make sense. But 10 years down the line, when we go back and look, we are like, oh, I understand. So that's how things are going to be for you. So if you don't understand things right now, some things, it's absolutely okay. That's what your future self is telling you. Because you are still on the journey, remember to always trust your intuition and, keep moving in whatever direction you're guided to. However, one thing, there are certain demons that you need to take care of, certain inner child issues that you need to take care of. So please take care of it in the present moment, so your future self will be grateful for it. But overall, this is what I have for you. And as I wrap this up, I'll leave you with my best wishes. I will see you next time. Bye.